Hi, have you ever had a whoopie pie? A whoopie pie, supposedly, I think there's some controversy between Maine and Pennsylvania. I could be wrong. But supposedly the whoopie pie was invented in Maine in the 1920s. And it's a chocolate treat, kind of like, remember devil dogs? I don't know if they still have them or not. But anyway, it's like that. It's like a soft chocolate cookie that has either marshmallow or a shortening based filling inside. And they're really good. They're kind of comforting food. So we're going to try and make some today, but I'm making a cake. I'm not making whoopie pies. I'm all excited because my sister is coming up from Massachusetts to visit me. And so I want to make something special. So that's what it is. So let's get started. I hope the filming comes out okay because as you know from watching my other videos, I'm not a camera pro. So we're going to try this. I even put my apron on because I'm a very sloppy cook. What I usually do when I'm baking is I put all of my ingredients out together. And the reason that I do that, I haven't always done that, but especially as I get older, I discover that I sometimes leave out a key ingredients, even if I read the recipe 1,000 times. So I have the recipe right in front of me, and I'll go over the ingredients that I have. You'll find the recipe down below in the description box. And certainly if you have any questions, you can message me if you would like. So we're going to start off with 1 cup of butter. And I have it in my bowl here. I cut it up. It's room temperature now. And I cut it up so that it would go blend a little bit easier with the sugar. I have 2 cups of sugar, which is going to go into this. And the first thing it calls for is to blend together the butter and the sugar. So I guess that's what I'll do, and then I'll show you the rest of the ingredients. I had to stop the videoing because the mixer was so loud. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to add the next ingredient, which is 2 1/4 cups of flour. I'm going to add it gradually. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to keep turning it off and on. So hang in there. I'll show you every step of the way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add the rest of the buttermilk. I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I made this homemade vanilla. So I made it a couple of years ago for Christmas gifts, and I discovered, to my chagrin, that I didn't really make it strong enough. So I've since changed my recipe. You're going to go back on silence. This is what the batter looks like so far. I'm sorry you can't watch me beat it, but I think your ears would not like that very much. Now I'm going to crack 3 eggs and add them to the mix. I like to crack them first in case I do something that's, in case I get shells in it or there's something that's not supposed to be in there that's in there. And I'm going to add 9 tablespoons of cocoa. You can use Hershey, you can use, I got this, it's organic cocoa from BJ's, and I love it. I used it a lot when I was making fudge and making things for Christmas. Okay, here you go. Okay, it's all mixed. If I had known how messy it was going to be, I would have used my stand mixer, but I didn't. Here's one of the perks of living alone. You can lick the beaters, you don't have to share. Okay, I have my oven preheated at 350. I have my pans greased, and I'm going to try and equally load these 9-inch round pans. I'm not good at, I should get out my scale. However, I was using it yesterday and the battery died, and I don't have a new battery. I also should have a spatula, which I have too, and they're both in the dishwasher, which is running right now. So, like I say in all of my videos, do as I say, not as I do. I'm trying to scrape some more out with this spoon. I'm not having much luck. My hands are clean, by the way. So we're going to have 2 round 9-inch chocolate cakes, basically. And while the cakes are baking, we're going to wing some marshmallow frosting. Because that's another thing. I decided to make this cake and I only had a little bit of confectionery sugar, which won't be enough, I don't think, to frost this cake. I usually bang the cake on the counter to kind of equalize that sort of thing. So now I need to wait for the oven to heat up. It's just got a few more degrees to go. Okay, the oven is ready. The cakes are in the pan. I've got them as equal as I can. I'm going to put them in the oven now at 350 for, I'm not sure. I'll have to tell you in a sec. Okay, they're in the oven and they're going to stay in the oven for 40 minutes. And I'm going to ask Alexa, set timer for 40 minutes.
40 minutes, starting now.
And I'll get back to you when they come out. And well, I told you I'd get back to you after the cakes came in, but while they're baking, what I thought I'd do is work on the filling for the whoopie pies. Now, I'm going to have to wing this too because I only had a half a bag of confectionery sugar. So I'm going to make up my own recipe. It's not totally my own. I did look up online several variations. So we'll see what happens and how we do it. So first I have one full stick of butter that's softened, and then I cut it up into pieces just to make it easier to incorporate into the sugar. And all I could scrounge up was two cups of sugar, of confectionery sugar. So I'm going to start off with one, and I'm going to beat it. So I'm going to shut this off because it's so noisy. I'm going to add some more sugar. I added 1 cup. Now I'm adding the next cup. You should have seen it flying all over the place. I wish that I had the camera on, but you can't handle this noise. It's too much. Okay, I added 2 cups of confectionery sugar. I added 1/4 cup of milk. Now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of vanilla. It looks like I'm adding 2, but this is just a half teaspoon measure. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And now I have marshmallow fluff. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but we used to, when I was a kid, always have peanut butter and marshmallow and fluff sandwiches. They're really quite good. I'm going to wing this. I told you I was winging this whole recipe. So I'm going to take a big blob. Can you see it? A big blob of marshmallow and put it in the mixture that I just created. And now I'm going to pray. So hang on and I'll be right back. Well, it incorporated really good and I tasted it and it tastes fantastic. It's a little looser, but I don't have any more confectionery sugar. Oops, there's some. Maybe I can to thicken it up. We'll see. Okay, the cakes are out of the oven. This is what they look like. Let's see. They've been cooling for a little bit. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, thank goodness. I was afraid they wouldn't come out. Then I'd be in a mess. Oh, I spoke too soon. Oh, no. Okay. So don't they look great? Let me see if you can. No, I don't know how to do this. There you go. So we'll come back when they're cooled and I will frost them. And then I'll have to decide if I'm going to taste them or not because I made them for my sister who's coming in tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. So it's probably rude to serve a cake that's already been cut into, but oh well, she's my sister. See you in a bit. Okay, here's our cakes out of the pan. They look fabulous. I'm going to put them on a dish and I'm going to frost them. Now remember I said the frosting came out, it tastes delicious, but it's a little loose. So I'm just going to do the best that I can with what I've got, you know. I like to just go with the flow. It looks fabulous. So what I'll do is I'll just maybe put it on the top of the next layer and then let it drip down the sides. That might look kind of sexy for a cake. Who knows? Okay. I hope you can see this. Can you see it sliding over? Because one of them, I guess, is higher or lower or something. I am warming up my tea. I have a cup of tea every afternoon around 3:30. I'd like it to be an afternoon cocktail, but I don't do that anymore, so it's a cup of tea. So I think what I'm going to do is just frost it on the top, and I think it's soft enough that it will just drip down. I'll put tons of it on the top. It's sliding right over. Well, here's the finished product. I'm struggling with myself. Should I or shouldn't I take a taste of this? It's for my sister. She's my baby sister. She's 10 years younger than me. She should understand. And I'm an old lady. I should be able to do whatever I want, right? So I think I'm going to take a piece just so I can show you, and because I need something to eat with my tea. Watch the whole thing fall apart. It's not a very pretty piece, but can you see it? It looks pretty good. Okay, here's the taste test. I want to make sure I get some of that marshmallow frosting. It's good. I feel so funny when I say that because everyone who does a baking or cooking video says, "Oh, this is so good." It is good. It tastes like a whoopie pie. It's chocolatey. It's sweet. If anything, the frosting is a little on the sweet side, but it is a cake and it is frosting, right? So, anyway, thank you for watching this video. I really appreciate it. I'm going to close now so that I can finish my piece that I just cut for myself. And I want to thank you for watching this video. I want to thank you for subscribing if you choose to subscribe, which I really wish you would. It would really help me a lot. And comment. Do you have a particular cake that you like? Is there something, do you have any questions about this one? Would you like me to do something else? Totally up to you. Give me a shout out in the comments, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you. Bye-bye.